So last night, Donald Trump went on yet another crazy late night / early morning social media rampage. He was just posting nonstop about the most insane topics you can think of, and it feels like every time he does one of these, it is crazier than the last. He's like constantly beating himself to the bottom of the pit of despair. And in some of the posts that he put out last night and early morning, he was talking about Obama committing treason, Hillary Clinton committing treason. He demanded that the 2020 election be removed from the books and no longer in effect. I mean, we are talking somebody who is clearly having a mental health episode of some kind.
So Harry J. Sisson just documented Trump's most unhinged social media meltdown yet, and it's genuinely terrifying. 9 posts in 10 minutes calling for Obama's execution while holding nuclear codes. This methodical breakdown shows why we can't normalize this behavior. Let's track this spiral minute by minute.
And so I want to quickly go through all of these posts with you because there are a lot. So buckle up because there are a lot of posts. He was just letting them fly nonstop last night. So let's just start here with the very first one. So please make sure to subscribe down below, drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about this madness. This one took place at 12:18 in the morning on the East Coast. And it's a post from the Border Patrol Union where it says the National Border Patrol Council will not stay silent.
This timeline approach is brilliant because it shows the manic progression in real time, starting at 12:18 a.m. with routine Border Patrol posts, then escalating to treason accusations by 12:27. The fact that someone with nuclear launch authority is awake posting conspiracy theories at midnight should terrify everyone.
And Trump said, crying Chuck Schumer should resign over this. He won't be missed. Donald Trump calling for somebody else's resignation is ironic. I mean, this is the guy who really should just no longer be in the Oval Office. That we all know. Then, once again, he talks about the Border Patrol Union, calls them great patriots as they announce their new elected national leadership for 2026 to 2029. That's what he's doing. And then here's where we get into the madness.
The irony is staggering when you consider Trump's current chaos. His administration is hemorrhaging staff, facing multiple investigations, and he's calling for Schumer's resignation. Classic projection from someone who should have been removed under the 25th Amendment months ago.
He posts this tweet from a conspiracy theory MAGA account on Twitter /X that says, Obama exposed. Wow. You know, it seems like we get that headline every single day from the MAGA crowd. Obama exposed, then it's nothing. But it said, Trump posted this last night. They should shake every single American in their shoes. I hate to say this, but Barack Obama, there is now evidence that he was the spearhead of a seditious conspiracy to subvert the will of the American people and overthrow the United States government.
When a sitting president amplifies sedition accusations against his predecessor, that's textbook authoritarianism. This isn't random Twitter drama. It's deliberate delegitimization of democratic institutions. The Obama exposed pattern he mentions has been recycled for 8 years with zero evidence.
This is what the president of the United States is posting in the middle of night, that apparently Obama was in a massive coordinated conspiracy to overthrow the American government. These people are insane. He said this lunatic, we absolutely must hold every one of these criminals accountable. They are the most heinous crimes committed. James Comey, John Brennan, Clapper, Rice, Biden was in this apparent meeting where they discussed their coup. They briefed Obama on Hillary Clinton's plan to, quote, tie Trump to Russia collusion. It consumed our national discourse. I mean, we really don't even have to read the entire thing.
Creating an enemies list of specific intelligence officials is straight from the authoritarian playbook. The Mueller investigation confirmed Russian interference. That's established fact. But framing legitimate counterintelligence work as sedition justifies future political prosecutions.
So now Trump is alleging that there was a grand conspiracy to ruin the United States government, to take it over. I don't even know. It's hard to put yourself in his shoes because he lives in fantasy land. I don't even know what he's talking about. Here's another one. At 12:22 a.m. So these posts are coming back to back to back. I mean, they are rapid fire. This is from Senator Mike Lee, a lunatic from Utah, saying, I'd love to keep the filibuster and make filibustering senators speak.
9 posts in 11 minutes shows genuine mania, not strategic messaging. The projection is incredible, claiming others tried to overthrow government while simultaneously demanding election nullification. This isn't normal late night tweeting, it's a psychological break happening in real time.
12:27 a.m. This is a video that says,
the dossier.
we don't have to read it. Approved by Hillary Clinton, a proposal from one of her foreign policy advisors to vilify Trump by stirring up a scandal claiming interference by the Russian security. And then this is a tweet that Donald Trump uploaded saying Hillary Clinton funded, approved, and created the Steele dossier. Barack Obama called the shots, and Brennan CIA did the dirty work. The evidence is clear. Treason. Treason was committed, and now they must pay, or they will do it again. Americans demand it. And of course, the penalty for treason is death.
The treason death penalty connection isn't subtle. The Steele dossier was initially funded by Republicans, then Democrats. Standard opposition research. But framing it as capital treason creates justification for executing political opponents. That's not hyperbole. That's the logical endpoint here.
So, in turn, Donald Trump is calling for all of these major political figures based on a conspiracy theory that he's putting together to face treason charges and be put to death. That's where we are. That's what the president of the United States is doing. Now, I know you folks know this at home, and I don't need to say this, but it makes me feel better to say it. Of course, there is no basis for these conspiracy theories. I have to say it. There is no evidence of any of the things that Donald Trump is alleging. We know that Russia interfered in the 2016 election. That's the conclusion of the FBI, the CIA, a bipartisan group of senators, including Marco Rubio at the time. But he's trying to turn that truth and make it into something it's not, and is calling for treason charges against Democrats during that time.
Having to state obvious facts shows how distorted our discourse has become. The bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee, led by Republicans, confirmed Russian interference. When basic reality requires constant reaffirmation, democratic institutions are already under severe strain.
12:28 in the morning, Trump let this one fly. This is from a random Twitter account saying, at Barack Obama, I hope they arrest you before your grand opening of your war bunker in the south side of Chicago. You committed treason, targeting the president of the United States with Hillary Clinton. It's time we prosecuted someone for treason and send a message. So Trump is very much openly endorsing this message that apparently, number one, Obama's making a war bunker, but also number two, that he needs to be prosecuted for treason.
Obama's war bunker is actually the Obama Presidential Center in Chicago, a library and community space. Presidential retweets equal endorsement, so this isn't passive sharing. No sitting president in American history has called for prosecuting predecessors. This breaks every democratic norm.
Then Trump posted this AI image at 12:29. I mean, think about this. We've gone through, let's say, the first post we looked at, I should say, 12:18 in the morning. We've gone through this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in that time frame, from 12:18 to 12:29, he posted 9 times in 10 minutes. Utter insanity.
9 posts in 10 minutes while holding nuclear codes isn't just Trump being Trump. This is sustained manic behavior from someone who can launch missiles in 4 minutes. The timeline documentation shows this isn't random. It's escalating psychological instability with global consequences.
Then he adds at 1:13 in the morning, now he starts talking about the 2020 election. The Southern Poverty Law Center, one of the greatest political scams in American history, has been charged with fraud. This is another Democrat hoax along with Act Blue and many others. If this is true, the 2020 presidential election should be permanently wiped from the books and be of no further force or effect. So now Trump is just calling for the 2020 election as a whole to just be removed.
The SPLC tracks hate groups and white supremacists, hardly a political scam. But demanding election nullification goes beyond denial to active destruction of democratic legitimacy. This isn't disputing results, it's erasing elections entirely. That's not politics, it's authoritarianism.
Whatever that means. I don't even think he knows what he means. This is at 1:13 in the morning. He just wants it to be removed from everything. History books, from official government records, I guess. I don't know what he's talking about. And he doesn't want it to be in any force or effect. So I guess he wants all of Biden's policies to be null and void. Yeah, this guy needs to be checked into a psych ward, not the Oval Office.
Erasing elections means voiding every policy, appointment, and law from that period. It's constitutional impossibility, designed to sound reasonable to his base while being functionally fascist. The nuclear code's concern isn't dramatic. Someone this unstable shouldn't control civilization-ending weapons.
It is incredibly concerning that somebody who is awake in the middle of the night, posting stuff like this, has access to the nuclear codes. I cannot get over that thought. Every time I remember this truth, it genuinely makes me sick to my stomach. That this guy, The guy who thinks that elections can just be wiped from the books simply because he lost. Very dictatorial. This guy controls the nuclear codes.
The visceral reaction is appropriate because this isn't normal political disagreement. When nuclear authority combines with election nullification demands and execution threats, that's a national security crisis. Documenting this behavior creates the historical record for whatever comes next.
Then at, here we go, 2:43 in the morning, he's still awake, 2:43 in the morning on the East Coast, he posts this long tweet about Clint Eastwood complimenting him. And then finally, the last post from Donald Trump this morning, / evening, whatever you want to call it, 2:45 in the morning, Trump posts a podcast episode from Breitbart, that really, really far-right outlet. We're not even going to call it a news outlet. It's an outlet that talks about the birth tourism industry. That's the last thing that Donald Trump uploaded.
Still posting at 2:45 a.m. shows sustained mania over hours. The pattern is clear. Authoritarian threats, ego-stroking celebrity praise, then far-right propaganda. Breitbart's birth tourism obsession feeds the xenophobic base, while the treason posts prepare for political violence.
He is unwell, and we say this all the time. We talk about Donald Trump's declining health often on the show and on the page and on the feed. He is unwell. He needs to be removed from office immediately. 25th Amendment, impeachment and removal, whatever you guys want to do, needs to happen. This is not sane. It's not normal. And we can't pretend like it's, it's just Donald Trump. It's just Trump being Trump. No, I will not have that. He is insane and we must continue to call it out.
Refusing to normalize this behavior is exactly right. The 25th Amendment exists for incapacitation, and sustained manic episodes calling for executions qualify. This isn't partisan politics anymore, it's national security. Someone this unstable cannot safely hold presidential power.